Hello, my name is William Fallow, and this is my Chicago mission trip recap. On day 1, we got on a plane and traveled to Chicago. When we got there, we rode a train for about an hour and a half. We got off the train and arrived at the YWAM Chicago headquarters. We ate dinner and had orientation, and we watched a clip from the movie War Horse and showed the clip of the rock field. We are the plow that plows the rocks and makes the ground soft for planting to the people. After that, we had a prayer walk around Rogers Park and read the Bible out loud so people could hear it. We were getting the people ready in the area prepared for ministry this week. On day 2, we got up and we had orientation and went out to the court square, where we had the chance to pray for people. I got the chance to pray for about 8 people. I got to pray for a person who was battling tough financial times. I got to pray for a person who was battling depression. I got the chance to pray for safe travel for a man's son who went to Virginia, and a man who was getting married, and a woman who has 5 children. And also I got to pray for a woman whose father died earlier that day before we arrived there. Now, I was terrified at first before going into the Daily Plaza. And I was a little scared, but once I got there, I was a little bit terrified at first. But you know what? As instantly I got there, comfort zone broke down that quickly. Booyah! Next thing we did was walk around the city. And Chicago is a pretty neat city. A lot of nice buildings. Millennium Park is pretty nice. It's worth checking out. So if you have a chance to go there, pretty good. And the next thing we did was homeless ministry. I got to meet a homeless man named John. He told me that he had a 3-month-old daughter. And I also got to read a verse of scripture with him, John 14:23. And I also got to pray with him that he needed to do to get back to being the father of his 3-month child. It was a pretty cool day filled with ministry. On day 3, we got to go to, I think it was the Cornerstone Soup Kitchen, and I got to help serve milk, and I got to wash apples to prepare for the meal, and I got to also help prepare the rolls and put them in the containers to be ready to be served. And that was pretty cool. The next thing we did that day was a cultural scavenger hunt, and they gave us a list of some of the interesting facts that we can find out about Little India. And Little India it's made up mostly of Muslim people and Muslim citizens and other origins. And it was pretty neat to find out some of those facts. We got to find out some unique celebration foods. We also got to find out about what the Golden Mirror Avenue was, and she was a famous political figure, and we also got to meet Sister McCrae, and the neat thing about Sister McCrae was is that she was a very neat, very nice lady, and she's very filled with the Spirit, and she anointed Brock, who was a YWAM intern, and she anointed him, and afterwards, his sight was a lot better, and that was pretty cool to see as well. And also, later that evening, we got to pass out water to the Muslims, and we got to say, God bless, after God bless and have a great evening after we handed out that water to them. There's the music that is going off and the clock in the background. And on day 4, we left early. We left in the morning. We packed up the vans and we got ready to go out to Loyola Park, and that is it's kind of like a park and a beach. And what we did there is that we got to serve hot dogs, we got to serve chips, and we got to serve water to the people of the park. And some people asked us, well, why are we doing it? I had about 6 people ask me, what are you doing it for? And I said, we're showing the love of God. And it was pretty cool to get into those conversations. It was pretty neat the people to ask me that. And after that was over, we packed up and we got ready. We had Giordano's Pizza. It's pretty good. So if you're ever out in the Chicago area, go ahead and check out that pizza. Try it. Eat it. Very good. And the mission trip was a pretty neat experience for me. I have to admit, I was a little bit terrified, a little bit. Well, not too much, but a little bit. Because, we all have that comfort zone and we all have a comfort zone. It was pretty neat to get outside of that, and I'm excited to see what else God has for me and His will, and for the other people on the team. But most of all, pray for the people that we ministered to there in Chicago. And I got to pray for about 8 people in the Daily Plaza, and I got to talk about with 6 people at the beach. And it was a pretty neat experience. So just remember those people who we touched in Chicago, and that God will touch their life. And that is my 2015 Chicago mission trip recap. And I was on a team with Centerpoint Church in Chillicothe, Ohio. Y'all have a great evening, and thank you very much for watching this recap. And if you ever have a chance to go on a short-term mission trip, or if you're called to be a missionary, don't delay. Pursue that calling. Well, y'all have a great evening.